So our game is taking shape. The logging functionality is still missing and we'll add it soon. Before we do that, I want to show you one pattern which you also sometimes see in code, or which you might want to use if you're having a if condition where you're using some kind of identifier, as I'm doing it here with the mode in attack monster. There we got attack and strong attack as values for which I check here. Now that means that in this case, since we received it here as a parameter in this function, we need to make sure that whenever we call that function, we do pass in attack or strong attack written exactly like this. And a simple typo like this already will break our function. Now obviously we can always find and fix such a typo thereafter, but you might want to avoid code where you use string identifiers like this, where you then can mistype. Now, that does not mean that you should avoid string identifiers altogether. There's just a more elegant way of handling them, and that's exactly what I want to show to you now. What you can always do is you can create some global constants. Let's say here at the top of our file, doesn't technically have to be there. It just should be done before you start using these constants. But having such global static constants at the top of your file quickly makes it possible for other developers to understand which key values this file uses, which key static values this file uses. And there we could create something like mode attack and store a string value of attack in there. Or alternatively, a number. So you could also have mode attack equal to 0, let's say. And also have mode strong attack, where you then store strong attack in there. Or if you work with numbers instead of string, mode strong attack might be 1. So a different number than for the normal attack. Now what's the idea behind these constants? The idea is that you can use them in your if condition down there and also when you call the function. Because now instead of comparing mode to a hard-coded string here, we can compare it to mode attack. So to this constant, which of course holds such a string. The idea is that we therefore only type the string once up there, and even if we do mistype here, that doesn't really matter therefore, because thereafter we only refer to this constant in all the places where we want to use this identifier, and therefore we avoid that danger of mistyping. So here I refer to mode strong attack, and therefore now when we call the function, we pass in mode attack and mode strong attack. And it's way harder for us to mistype the variable or the constant name here, because here we get some IDE support and therefore we avoid this extra error source. So with that, our code still works exactly as before. It just should make it easier for us to ensure that we avoid dumb mistakes or dumb typos, which might cost us minutes or hours to find and fix.